After the ball is over, after this game is done, after the die lot's finished, and you are short just one, many a knitter has made a tearful and desperate call, pleading with their local yarn shop, go after that ball.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 203. Today is Wednesday, not Friday, it's Wednesday, April 20th, 2016, and it's about 2:30, give or take, in the afternoon as we're recording.
And one of these days you're going to get to start off with Mom sticking out her tongue. She always makes a face right before I hit the go button.
You only have her word for that.
Just saying, one of these days you're going to get this tongue stick out, and she'll have no idea that I decided not to warn her before hitting the button.
Anyway, we want to welcome everybody here. I am Marlisha, also known as Lady Fernico.
And I am Talia, also known as Franciscan Gypsy, and that includes Instagram, Ravelry, basically anywhere important on the web.
The only places I'm not known as Lady Fernico is on my writer sites for the most part. Excuse me, I'm a little tired. I actually took a little nap before the podcast and I'm still waking up.
Hence you might see some tea drinking and
other such things. We want to welcome all new and returning viewers. We know there's a lot of podcasts out there that can take up your time.
That makes it sound like take up your time, like you...
If you insist on putting the worst possible spin on it. Anyway, we appreciate you taking time to watch us when there are so many other podcasts out there. If you are new, we are very glad that you came to check us out, and we hope that you will join us officially in the group if you haven't already. If you're in the shadows and have been watching us for a while, listened to us for a while, and haven't joined the group, we'd love to have you join us officially so you can be eligible for prizes and giveaways and things like that. If you are returning, thank you very much for spending another week with us here in the PHN Fun Woman Cave.
We have found our runaway.
My owl. I couldn't find... Come here, PETA.
That's a...
Oh, that's Oops. Serena's Oops. Where's PETA?
He's hiding again.
For those of you who don't know PETA, this is PETA. And Sunday, I came into this room, into the Fun Woman Cave, and all my toys were... I have toys up here on the shelf that you can't see because it's out of frame.
Not crochet toys, though.
No, well, some of them are crocheted, but
I can see her, yeah.
They were all off the shelf, and I couldn't find PETA for 2 days. And he was hiding behind the pillows back here, suffocating my poor little bird. I was quite annoyed I couldn't find my bird, but
yeah, she was blaming everybody for stealing her food.
I asked if anybody had seen him and wondered if maybe he decided to spend some time with Mr. PHN. But anyway, he's going up there where he can be with his friends. Okay, I do want to remind the winner of the crochet, because we didn't tag her last week, and I tagged her afterward.
Oh, very good.
Kat Vaughn HD, who's Kat, you did win the crochet magazine, so please get in touch with me with your address so I can send this out to you.
You know you have a different name on your show notes, right?
What? That's something else.
Oh, okay.
So if you can get your name to me, I'm going to keep this until May 15th. That'll be a month, and then I'll redraw for it. But please, Kat, I'd like for you to have this. So get me your address so I can send it out to you when you hear this, and we'll have to put her on here this time so she gets tagged right away. Okay. Just give me a minute here. Okay, the winner of Shannon's book, we also drew for that. That is the crochet geometry book. I think we had something like 30 or 40 people in there.
Something like that. Was a fair amount.
A lot of people, so that was really good, who wanted this book. And the one who won was Diane 1650, who I'm assuming is Diane. There was no name on there, just Diane 1650. So Diane, when you see this, when you see the earbird or you see the video here, please send me your full name, your address, and your Ravelry name so I know that you won the Crochet Geometry book and you do want it. And you also will have until, well, today's the 20th, you have approximately a month to claim this. Okay, now, do we have anything to say before we go into promotions?
Mug.
Okay, yeah, hold on a second here.
What's in your mug?
I have chai tea. I was going to have my Plum Delight chocolate tea, but I didn't want to wait for it to steep.
It's Plum Deluxe.
Plum Deluxe. It's so delightful, though.
And I'm drinking my Oregon breakfast decaf tea.
And it's in the back of my Oops the Bunny mug. You missed the bunny today.
Bunny?
There's a bunny on our lawn today.
Bunny.
It went hop, hop, hopping across our lawn.
Hop, 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 fruity hop.
We're having chai tea, and we're having one
I'm
of
not
Maureen's.
having chai tea.
Yes, and one of Maureen's mints,
Yes.
which I'm going to take a bite of right now.
I was going to say something, and it ran away.
Okay. Excuse me. So we have the winner of Shannon's new book, and we have the winner of the crochet book, Knitting Games, hosted by Melissa, Spicy Homemaker, and D-Fly B, I think is her name. Yes, D-Fly
Yes,
B,
is.
who is Brittany from Sip and Stitch. They are hosting that, and I think it goes until the end of May, I think. I'm not sure. They're currently having a viewer challenge involving 3 specific patterns. 2 are shawls in each of the groups, and in one group is a pair of socks, and in the other group is a cowl or shawl. She wasn't sure what it was. To check out what's what, go to their groups. They're both really entertaining and informative to watch, and they're a lot of fun. And if you want to have the chance to win prizes there, you need to be part of their group. And you should just watch. They're fantastic. And I was going to say something. I forget what it was. Anyway, okay.
Seems to be rampant right now.
Yeah.
It's a little chilly in here.
Okay. So check that out. It's a lot of fun. I have put a few things in. I have 1 FO, I think, in there. And I have maybe 2 FOs. And I've got some whips in there as I can. It's just, I wish I could do more. There's so much fun going on in that group.
Groups, plural.
Plurals, yes. There's 2 groups hosting it, Sip and Stitch and Spicy Homemaker, and they kind of branch out to other podcasters for different challenges, and then they have their member challenges, and then they just have the plain what you're working on, your whips and your FOs. So there's a lot of ways to win something and to participate and to have fun. And they're just fun to watch, as I said. Okay.
You aren't wearing any knitting.
I am not.
I'm wearing 3 articles.
What are you wearing?
I don't even remember what this shawl was originally called. It was like the sun something shawl. It was the first shawl I ever knit.
That was given to you by Michelle.
Yes, it was.
Not the shawl, but the pattern.
The pattern, yeah.
Yeah. And that she's knit a little, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
She is. I don't wear this one a whole lot for some reason. I need to wear it more. And then the Vivian. And if my hair keeps driving me nuts, this hood might come up and hide the
No.
hair from existence.
No. I'm not doing it with Boys in the Hood.
Yeah.
Yo. I can't do that properly. I look like an idiot. Okay.
So
every time I do that, I think of Megan.
and this is Diana's hat.
Yeah. Every time I do this, where she can pull it off, she just yo. You know, she's so funny. Oh, Megan.
And it's Megan of Stock Night Zombie.
She is Just Run It.
Yes, she is Just Run It. Because Amy is
she's
Blast. I mean, she's not Blast, but
Junkin is her mother, right?
Yeah. Oh man, Anne's gonna kill me.
Well,
Mom. Something Mom.
No, she's not anything with Mom.
She's not?
Anyway, Amy and Megan, if you want to know what Amy's name is, go check out Stockinette Zombies. Okay. She's just going to roll her eyes at us. Stockinette Zombies.
I knew her name.
if she watches this, which I doubt.
Oh, I doubt she watches.
Okay. All right. Moving on. Do you want to go over the well, let me go through the autism awareness. Okay, the autism awareness Cal. It's running strong. It's going great. I love all the different colors, all the different.
I told you, if I can't stand my hair, my hood's coming up.
It's like in the nook of the north.
I'm cold.
Anyway, we'll run from April 1st. It's running from April 1st to June 30th, and we have two lovely co-hosts, Heidi from Undead Yarn, who is Knitty Girl, and Laura Concert, who is Crocheting Whovian from a Crocheting Whovian podcast, and her podcast group is something different.
It's the
Crochet Whovian Alliance, I think it is, or Legions, or something like that. They are our co-hosts. Laura, you're confuzzling me.
She's doing it on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
But it's hard.
We are very happy to have both of them with us.
Yes.
I did want to mention that we have, well, I'll get to that in the prizes, because we've had a couple of additions of prizes. But it's one WIP per project per week, and one FO per project. All bright colored, mostly bright colored, although there can be some neutrals in there to...
You just, like, contradicted yourself. You said all bright colored, and then you said mostly bright colored. Which is it?
Yes.
She's not making a lot of sense
Just
lately. She starts making comments, and then she expects me to know what she's talking about.
Normal part for the course for her. Anyway,
she took a nap right before our podcast. Mom, stop hitting them.
Then stop it. You're interrupting me.
You're hitting them.
I'm not hitting them. I'm hitting the table. Anyway, mostly, like around, about 75, 80% at least, bright colors, neutrals, fill in the rest if you want to. And knitting or crocheted, at this point, no spinning, no sewing or anything like that. If you do any crochet hooving pattern, any Franciscan gypsy pattern, any brightly colored of Heidi's yarns, particularly the autism awareness.
Oh, I meant to look at her shop. Apparently she put up more, not Gravedigger.
No, it was the one I like so much.
Yeah, I've made something.
Gargoyle.
But it's probably good that I didn't look, because
if you do brightly colored yarn of Heidi's that is not autism awareness, Heidi Packing Knits, not Heidi Packing Knits, Heidi Undead Yarn.
Undead Heidi.
Yes, Undead Heidi. If you do her other brightly colored yarns besides her autism awareness, you need to write it down because I won't recognize it. And if you want the double for the finished object, I need to know that it is an undead yarn in a bright color.
Yeah.
So, or Valeria needs to, or Bonnie, or Sue.
And then also, if you do one of the Undead Heidi yarns, you can not only post in all the different autism things, she also has an undead.
That's right. FO thread.
Undead yarn FO thread that she pulls for a pattern each month. So multiple chances for prizes.
And Melissa from the Spicy Homemaker, and I'm pretty sure also Brittany, but I know Melissa because she made a mention of it, said that she's feel free to double dip there as well. So if you can meet the requirements there and in our group, go for it. Multiple chances to win prizes, yay.
Yep.
So to reiterate, because I know it was very confused, one WIP per project per week, one FO for the project. You get multiple. It's in the thread. You get multiple chances for the FO if it is undead yarn in a bright color, especially autism awareness. If it is any of Laura Concert's designs, any of Talia's designs, Franciscan Gypsy designs, and then there is Victoria Blues autism awareness mitts, and the weighted autism lap gam with a little.
Oh yeah, it's so cute.
It's very, very cute. And there might be another one that's in the thread. It's there. Let me see here. Okay, prizes. I'm not going to go through all the prizes because we already did that once in April, I believe, but I do want to show what we got new. One of them I cannot show. It was I got a message from Laura Concert, who was our co-host, and she is donating 2 Ravelry patterns, and I have to check my notes to make sure, but I believe they are one Ravelry downloadable pattern for each of 2 lucky winners of $10 or less. So that's quite a nice prize. The other one that we got is actually 2. And it came in today, just before Christina. It just came in.
Sorry.
Christina C, who is Christina C, Christina,
Mama
who is
C.
Mama C. She sent 3 skeins of knit pick. Ooh, this is comfy sport. It's so soft. Just 3 skeins of this. It is sport weight, and they're
I thought there was some cotton in there.
136 yards. This is 75% cotton, 25% acrylic. 136 yards. You've got 3 of these, so that's close to what?
I'm just proud of myself. I could
400?
tell that it was cotton.
It's like 400 yards.
Go
here,
me.
I think. Okay, so that's one prize. And then, if you've been to the threads, Christina posted a picture of a bag with her multicolored, very brightly colored sock. I think it's in this autism awareness thread because it's a brightly colored rainbow sock. The bag, the reason I had a giggle there was because that was the second one she made of the, because she liked the one she sent to us so much.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I giggled about it is because I didn't want to say anything to the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the bag, and it is.
I love the tie.
I did mention the tie on her thread. This is, it looks like a measuring tape on the tie.
It'd be kind of awesome if it actually, let's see if it actually measures out. Because then it'd be kind of cool. Maybe you can measure your gauge swatch with your.
It looks like it might be pretty close.
Let me get my.
Well, while you're doing that, I want to show them. This is very, very sturdy. I mean, it almost feels. It might even be. I'm not sure. Almost feels like a quilted fabric. The inside is kind of like little boxes or diamonds, red and cream, very nice. And I just love the knitting sheep. I mean, isn't that fun?
Oh, it's adorable.
Look at that. And this is a nice size. I mean, I can put these 3 skeins in here, and there's room for at least another 6 plus a project. You know, it's just, or maybe not 6, maybe another 3 in a project. It's a good size for a shawl. You know.
Okay, and let's see. You know what? It clocks out.
So you've got measuring
This
tape on here.
measuring tape actually clocks out.
So this is a Christina C bag,
And it's in, let's see if it's centimeters.
a Mama C bag.
No, it's all inches.
This is a Mama C bag that somebody will win, and let me tell you something, she makes a nice bag.
So guys, if you have to measure something in inches, you can use your drawstring.
Yep. So that's kind of cool when you don't have it. So this is one prize, and this is the second one from Mama C, a Mama C bag, or the yarn. I thought that was awesome and amazing.
Yes, and
just
for some reason it's even cooler that the your drawstring measures out.
yes, it is. Okay, now I think that's we did get another notification of a prize. Someone who wanted to donate a prize, but I don't want to tell you about it yet until we get it. When we finalize it, it's an awesome prize too. So, but I thank that person. She knows who she is. But anyway, Christina, thank you very much for that. And Laura, thank you for your donation. Thank you everybody who's donated prizes. Debbie 1608, Mima Knits 2, Mama Sia, as I mentioned, Miss World, who's Amy, Yarnsit.
Yes, and I can't remember her first name.
And did we have the bags already last week? The autism bags?
Yes.
Okay. Rainrose Knits, and I said and Crochet Hoovian. I'm not going to mention the other one. She's in my list here, but I don't want to mention it until it arrives because I want to make sure that we have it all, you know,
Settled first.
She's definitely doing it. I just want to make sure it gets here for us.
Right. We don't want to announce something before
it
it arrives.
So thank you very much for those donations. Yeah, I guess that's all we had. Oh, I was going to do something about autism awareness because Heidi, who's our co-host, Nitty Girl, had
and she's all up to date on like all that kind of stuff.
She is. She's extremely up to date. She gave
I want to hear about the article she's.
Yeah. Well, let me finish.
Okay.
She sent us something. Well, she sent it to Talia, and Talia sent it to me.
It was an accident that came to me.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter. About PDD, which is pervasive developmental delays. And I was going to talk a little bit about that, but it's on my desk over there, and we ran really long last week, and I don't want to run quite so long today, and we've got mounds of things to go through, so I'll do it next week. Suffice to say that you cannot have Asperger's and PDD together.
And we're going to do a little bit more informational on that next week. I pulled
Right.
some of the information, and I'm not sure if you pulled more.
I haven't had a chance,
Okay.
but I know
It's
that
a shorter week, so.
Heidi mentioned a magazine. Oh, what was it called?
It was it was
Ash.
it had something to do with speech and hearing.
Yeah, it was a speech and hearing thing, and like a ding dong, I forgot to write it down. It's a speech pathologist magazine, and what I needed to know, Heidi, was is that something we can only get if we subscribe, or can we go online and read the article? If that is only something we can read as a speech pathologist, then we'll wait until your podcast and we'll kind of extrapolate it at the following. You know, just kind of say something about it after your podcast. Did you want to do the baby hats?
Yes.
Because in that same package,
yes.
the card is here. We also got a nice little card from Mama C in that package.
Yes. Mama C sent a couple of baby
Mm-hmm.
hats, and this one, as big as some babies' heads, is can't fit a newborn as well. I think that well, my godson's head was big enough to.
And also, if we do end up taking it, Christina, if we do end up taking it to the pregnancy center,
well, this one it has to be pregnancy center.
Right. What I'm saying, if we take things to the pregnancy center, a lot of times they have siblings who are older.
Yeah.
So
She said this one was up to 2 years old.
right.
So
That's a cute hat.
it is a very cute hat. I love the little
The ridges.
ridges.
The Ruffles
garter.
have ridges.
And then this little baby hat.
That's so cute.
It is. This one could have possibly babies are getting so much bigger.
Mm-hmm.
So it's good to have a few.
You said that the most recent baby for your friend was a 10-pounder.
Mhm.
It's just a little thing.
Yeah, it's just he's not a big guy either.
No, he's not.
So I don't know where all this size is coming from.
Yeah.
While we're in here, partially because I want to use it for the.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Christina also sent me some mini skeins.
She sent us a nice little card.
So I think I'll use these as my next two squares.
And she sent us 2 of these teas. I don't know if they're ours or belong in the prize package. I might have put the other one in the other package, part of the package. But it was very generous of Christina, and we are very appreciative.
Yes, thank you very much.
Maybe I should just give you the hats here. There. Okay. After that rather discombobulated start.
Cup of tea?
Cup of tea.
Okay, so.
And we are definitely savoring our chocolate.
Mom's taking slightly longer than I am.
Okay.
But I'm not able to take bites off screen. I do just kind of nibble off to the side.
Okay. How many do you have? We're going to do our rough draft. Do we have anything else to say before we go on? We did
I don't believe so.
We did the promotionals. We got the random number generator pull prizes done. So I think we're into rough drafts.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
I actually have 12.
For some reason, I'm not that shocked.
This is not, I mean, you think that's a huge amount, but it's just because I can't do any one thing for any long period of time right now. So I switch. Okay, my first one, I'm assuming I go first.
Well, yeah. You probably are going to have to do a couple.
In my Knitting's My Bag turtle bag, the shell of the turtle is up there, but I did actually work on my Twister the Turtle, which is from the Franciscan Gypsy Designs Timmy the Turtle pattern. Yes, Laura, I am making a turtle too. Where is it?
She lost the turtle in the turtle bag.
I made some progress on the head. I was just starting the mouth last time, and now I'm on the, just going round and round and round until I hit the eyes. So, there he is.
Weren't you to right before the eyes?
Pardon?
I thought you were at the point right before the eyes.
No, I only did there's what, a certain amount of rows that you have to go around first.
Yeah,
and then,
you're right. You
and
aren't
then
quite that far.
Yeah, I've only done like half of those.
Yeah.
So that's that. I have the legs done, and the shell is in timeout. I'm annoyed with the shell right now, so it's in timeout. But
maybe if you didn't overstuff it,
probably. I just don't feel like dealing with it right now. So it's in here, and I love the pattern. I've already done 2 of them, so it's not like I don't know what I'm doing. It's just I'm annoyed with it. Okay, the other pattern that I'll go through now, the other project is my Follow Your Dream. Where is it? Okay, my Follow Your Dream from the Yowza Way It shawl by Susan B. Anderson. And I'm using US 8s for this, my Taigu circular needles, and Miss Babs Yowza What a Skein in the Grand Dream colorway. I don't remember doing a lot of work on this, but I know I worked a little on it. And I think I lost one of these too. I don't know where they go.
I don't know, they shouldn't be able to run away.
They shouldn't be. They're huge and they're brightly colored. Okay, and these, I love my Taigus. There we go. So I did make a little bit of progress. I had a little problem where I wasn't sure where I was at, so I just kind of fudged it with Tyler's help. But it's fine. I love the color. It shows up really nice.
I think you're right. I think Dan is knitting a hat in a very similar colorway.
Yeah, and I think he said something about the color being not.
He said it was dark.
He said it was dark to work with. Yeah. It's not the same color, but it's the same.
It's very
palette.
close. Yeah.
This pattern is not difficult. I love doing it, and I do it when I don't feel like concentrating. The problem is that the light in my front room, my living room, is very dim. If you have to either close off all the curtains and turn on all the lights, or you have to open all the curtains and leave the lights off. But if you ever get cloudiness or kind of a quasi-gray, nothing works.
Except closing
the curtains, and so it's just a little bit different. And I match my bag in my Owl's bag. This is also knitting my bag.
Your skirt matches it too.
I'm all blue, yes, and green. Okay, it's your turn.
Okay, so gonna do a cop out. In my Silver Shed Froggy bag is Design in Progress.
You did a fair amount of work on that, didn't you?
Well, not as much as I would have liked. I got really tired yesterday and ended up falling asleep.
Davina was very happy that she did some work.
Yeah. But it's getting closer to the point where I can at least go to a different part of the toy. It's going to be a fairly large toy.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, this is a crochet. I design. For those of you who are new to my designs, I design crochet toys.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what's in here. It's a design in progress.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's been taking a little bit longer with overtime.
Yeah.
And focus on other projects.
All right, my next one you haven't seen in ages, since like September or October. This is in my Silver Shed USA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle bag, which I absolutely love. And it's my Avalon shawl from the On the Forest Floor by Simone Curit.
Yeah.
And these
you haven't worked on that forever.
I switched these to my US 7 Chiagus. I had them on a different, I think I had them on my knit picks, and I just got fed up with it, so I took them off. But there we go. I made a little bit of progress. I think that's the wrong side. No, that's the right.
This is the wrong side.
That's what I thought. Okay. Here we go. And these are the colors I'm using. I am using Dragonfly Fibers Traveler in Kelpie, Riptide, and Mermaid colorways. And I would have to check my notes to be sure which ones, because I'm not working them. I haven't been working them consistently for a while. But it's essentially like a sky blue, a green, and a teal. And I just love the way. This is the same pattern that Talia is doing in the browns and yellow.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided I should probably get some work on it if I want to have any chance of finishing this by next September for the Shenandoah Valley Fiber Festival. And for some reason, I just cannot talk. So, all right.
You probably should do another one.
Another what?
Project.
Oh, okay. Okay. So this is, I wasn't going to stop yet.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. Keep going.
Yeah.
I thought you were pausing because you were waiting for me.
No.
Jump in.
Jump in and take it away. Take it without hesitation. All right. My next one is my Pinktober shawl, which is in my bag, Pink Ladies, French Ladies bag. And I did a little bit on this as well. The Heidi, I don't know, Knitty Girl, Heidi, I don't know if this is shepherd's wool or not. I think it's Patton's wool. I got it from the shop down at the bottom of the hill, and I lost the ball bands when I dyed it, so I don't know what it is. I'd have to check and see if I can find it again. I think it's Patton's wool. she was asking, she said the ball looks kind of big. So I made a little progress. I have, and it matches my bag too. These are my Knit Picks circulars. These are interchangeables, and this is what I have left because I haven't been really working on it much because I've had Project ADD. So, and this is my own pattern and my own dyed yarn. And I do want to thank all the people who were so encouraging about my yarn dyeing and about the prize giveaway option. I will talk more about that later. But yeah, so hopefully this will be done soon, but it's really pretty much of a plop. I had to laugh when Maureen said that we now have another, no, not an oops, when she said that we had another term that we use besides plops and FOs and whips, we have reverse progress. I wish I could take credit for that, Maureen. I really can't. I think it was Amy from Knitting Circles. I think that's who I heard it from.
That sounds like something she would have said.
And it just struck a chord, and I think that we are the only ones who use it besides her. But I think Amy originated it. Although I wish
she was still podcasting.
I wish they were still podcasting. But then,
I miss her and Darren.
Yes. And I forget what her name is. Amy is...
Froggy Monkey.
Froggy Monkey, yeah.
And Darren is DJing It's a lot more.
Yeah. I miss them. I miss Tilly. It's just, these people who stop podcasting, I miss them. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Okay, your turn.
Okay, just want to add my stitch marker. I forgot to place it when I was casting on.
Oh.
I know it's not necessary for this pattern, but unless I want to be counting every single row.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone who is counting while doing their knitting, you're welcome.
Mm-hmm.
I have now messed you up.
Oh, who was it? I think it was it Heidi? I forget who it was. I was watching somebody, and they're not people who normally count while they're on the podcast. I'm sitting here trying to count something. They're like, 5, 25, 8. I'm like, stop! You're messing me up. Because, you're like 1, 2, 3, 8. Oh, 9, 10.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, it was pretty funny. And you need to go.
I'm almost there. 2 more stitches.
Almost there. 2 stitches.
It's not 2 stitches?
No. See, I told you it wasn't 2 stitches.
Okay, so there we go. In my Silver Shed Batman bag is my On the Forest Floor by Simone Caritz, and I'm using Dragonfly Fibers in the base Traveler in the colorways That Old Chestnut, Mushroom Hunting, and the Whale line.
And you can tell that we went right to our colors. They didn't have your reds, but this is definitely have your reds.
Well, I think that I prefer, I just went to the one that was red.
Well, it wasn't really red. It was pinks and reds. It wasn't,
yeah.
It was pretty. It just wasn't us. Either one of us.
So.
Because I still would have considered picking that up even in those colors. That's really pretty.
This one has, I've worked at least a couple rows. Once it gets to the point where I'm adding the shawl, it's a very long row.
Mm-hmm.
This is probably going to be a long circular, wrap shawl the way
like,
this is.
Yeah, kind of like, and also kind of like the Yowza Way It.
But I have to finish this section of the Mushroom Hunting, which is the second color, and then I have one more section of the Mushroom Hunting.
And I found that with this pattern, Kristen had mentioned it in her last podcast from Yarngasm, is that I had to switch out for my knit picks, which I usually find they're pretty good for pointy needle, but it wasn't quite pointy enough to do the knit 2 togethers. I have a difficulty with that if it's not with the right needle. I either split it or I can't get underneath it or whatever. And it is just right. The knit picks, the Taigu red lace circulars are absolutely perfect in terms of pointiness. They're just pointy enough without,
being too pointy.
And I was very
gratified
to see that Kristen felt the same way.
But basically, the section I'm on is similar to this section right here. And then I'll be heading to another one of these sections.
Oh, you're doing the leaves or the branches? I have yet to do that yet.
And after I do another section of the branches, I think I have another section of this, and it starts getting really close to the end.
It's very pretty.
But it'll take a while simply because this is going to be a very wide shawl.
It's a very dramatic shawl.
It is.
It's so pretty.
So as fun as it is to work, I do look forward to actually owning it. And I really hope I'll have it done in time for SVFF in September.
That's my hope too, but I keep up with my project ADD. I don't know if that's going to be the case. All right.
You're going to have to really buckle down.
Yeah. I don't wish to buckle down. I wish the little elves to come and finish it.
Because then you won't have the joy of working it.
Like a sticky memory in my head. Anyway, here is my, yes, this is correct. My Me, My Dog, and Some Yarn bag that Kim made, and I won it from Heidi of Undead Yarn. It is my Violently Happy shawl with the Undead Yarn Violently Happy colorway. Violently Happy Accident colorway. These are my US 8s. These are actually, oops, it's a bunny. My Knit Pick Circulars, Harmonies. And I'm just playing around with the pattern. It's just out of my head. So, I mean, I've written it down, but it's out of my head. There we go. And it's growing. I worked a little bit on this because I had to take Davina to the doctor's office and things like that. So, I worked on it while I was there. Because it's small, and I can just leave my veins alone, you vampire. Leave them alone. Anyway, so this is it. And it's very, very pretty. This is Heidi's yarn. It's the Vampiri base, which is her, I think it's her fingering weight. I don't think she has sock weight. I think it's fingering. And she can correct me if I'm wrong. But it's very, very soft. I really enjoy working with this yarn. And I don't know who's going to end up with this. Davina is kind of looking at it. I'm not sure if she likes it or not.
It's hard to tell with her.
It's hard to tell. I know she's trying to play it down because she wants it or what.
She's not that subtle.
Yeah, I don't know. She can be. She just doesn't always.
She's not that subtle.
Okay, so that's this one. That was my second one, right?
That was your first one.
Was it? No, I did Pinktober? I did Pinktober too.
You did that previous.
So 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay, I have one more to do. Okay. Alright. I'm not going to be doing 2 every time, though.
No, I think it's the last time you had to do 2.
Alright,
I
this
think.
one here. I did some work on my Spring Garden baby hat, which is it's a baby beanie from the Newborn Beanie pattern by Hannah Berry. And I'm on the decreases now. These are my tigoos. These are not the laces. These are just regular tigoos. And they work fine for this. Okay. I'm not sure if you can really tell that I'm decreasing, but I am. Here's the front of it here. So, I thought I was going to finish it this weekend, but then I got bitten by something else and wanted to work on that, so I did. So this will get done when it gets done. They always need baby hats, so. Yep. And this is in my Kikiboo bag, my autism awareness bag from last year that Denise gifted to us. She gifted me one, gifted Talia one, and gifted you guys 2 of them. So, yay. Miss Denise too.
Yes. Oh, hey, it's the one I'm working on. This is the one I'm working on at this moment. Actually, this is Kay's Faultmiter Square Blankets, and this is my worsted weight DK Sports blankets, scrappy blankets, and it's got not only my own scraps but other people's scraps and also randomized mini skeins. Didn't work as much on this week. I finished this square here, which was, I believe, the last of the Australian yarn.
That's really pretty.
Yeah, it is. And this was one of Mama C yarn that she had sent me in a previous package. And this one here that I'm working on right now is one of the yarns she just sent.
Oh, you're working on it now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did you show that one?
Yeah, I already showed this one. This is hopefully going to be the next one, unless I...
That's definitely your colors.
Mm-hmm. And this is the bag of yarn that she had sent me previously. So I just picked them out as I feel like. I have randomized yarns on either end of my center Lady Furnico section. So I think I have this one and then one other square to do before I start on the Lady Furnico section
Oh,
again.
it'd be Christine. I guess one other Christina's.
Yeah, probably the red orange one.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, this one is in my Silver Shed USA bag that I won from Turbinator, Kenneth. So glad to see he's got a podcast up. That's awesome. If you haven't seen him, he's up and running.
And I think he has two different ones. He has a floss tube,
which is his cross
stitch, I believe, and he has another one.
And he has, I think he's still doing Periscope too.
Are you hot?
I am.
Really? I'm cold.
Yes, but let's see here. So this is getting quite large. When I get to the point where I'm going to stop, I will count the stitches so I know how many to do next time if I want to do it again. But, so that's how it looks right now. I'm not sure if it's going to be, it's hard to tell on this cord because it keeps.
Well, the problem is also your.
This is the center right here.
That's the center, but
Okay.
your
I'm starting to get
needle
bunched.
is
It's getting too short. There we go. So that's what it looks like right now. That's kind of cool. I'm hoping to finish this up relatively quickly because it is, I think this is an Aran weight yarn actually, and I'm using size 10.5, so it should be working up a lot faster than it is, except as I have mentioned on more than one occasion, I have Project ADD. This Hobby Lobby, I love this yarn, and the US 10s of the Chaigu regulars, and I don't know what colorway this is. I have no size for it.
No size for it?
No size. I'm reading this is what I'm doing. I don't know what colorway this is. I have no ball band. Apparently I have no brain either. So.
I think that's the episode name, No Brain.
No brains.
Brains, yep, you better write
The
that down.
zombies ate our brains.
I think No Brains is a lot simpler.
No brains. Okay.
Okay, I talked about that one. Alright, let me finish these last 4 stitches.
That's got kind of a tweedy look to it.
But isn't such that I feel like I need to pick out the, it's a strand that's plied with the other strand, so I like that. If it had been little flecks, it would have driven me insane. But because it's another strand in the twist, it's just pretty. Okay. So, I'm tired all of a sudden. Okay. This one hasn't done any work until the past couple weeks. It's been kind of ignored. This is Bert and Ernie. This is the Impressions pattern by Agnes Kutaz-Karetsis. And I'm using Knitted with DK Superwash Merino in the colorway Yams and Miss Babs Yows of What Is Gained in the colorway Squash Blossom. And actually, I've finished. I don't need to use the Squash Blossom anymore. I've used all the Squash Blossom I need to use.
The yellow?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't care for baubles.
I think it's pretty.
And it's not even the making of them. The making of them is not so hard. I'm just not sure if I like the way baubles look. But I am headed into the big lace border. And the nice thing is that this pattern states that you can repeat the lace border for as many times as you want and then bind off.
Great.
It gives you a set amount, but that means if I have a lot of yarn left and I want to continue, if I don't think it's large enough, I can keep going.
Could you have continued with the body a little longer?
That's not really, like they had a larger pattern, but I didn't have quite enough yarn.
They had an actual larger pattern?
Yeah, this was the small, and they had a larger shawl size, but I didn't have quite enough yarn for that. But I might have enough yarn to make
a larger border.
A larger border.
That makes sense. So that's good to know.
If
you're interested in that pattern. What is it called again?
It's called the Impressions, and it's inspired by Monet. You can't tell that by the colors I chose, but I think she made hers in greens and
blues, I think.
Purples.
Yeah.
So,
very pretty.
I'm headed into the lace down here pretty soon. So.
Okay. All right. My next one is in my, I think it's in here anyway, in my This is my bag, gnome bag, and this is a medium. And this is my Obi-Wan hat project from the Bankhead pattern by Susie Gourlay, also known as It's Dan's Fault.
Quick note about that project there. I was on a different set of needles and I switched over to Chai-Gu's because the cable was driving me nuts and I didn't want the really loopy cable to come up in my lace work.
Because some of the regular circulars that we've noticed, they kind of hump up and
they curl on themselves and they
poke through the project.
It's like they're trying to become magic looping.
Yeah, it's I don't like that when they do that. So
I switched to these. I switched to these because this cable's not quite as
it doesn't
twisty.
have I said they had a mind of its own when I was talking to Sue. But these are very, very well behaved cables. We like our Chai-Gu red lace. This is my bankhead. I did do some work on here, and this is the colorway is Heidi Packing Knits Kaleidoscope, and I believe this is the. Let's see, this is what way this is. I think this is the worsted. Yeah, it is. Okay, it's the worsted weight, and I really like the way this is working out. It's so pretty. The colors are so pretty.
Can't believe you're not cold.
No, keeps moving around, so I can't. It looks like a little skirt right now.
It does look like a little skirt right now.
It's turning around.
A very short little skirt.
Yeah. So that's how it's working out. And I really like this, and I blame Dan.
That
he can take the hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway.
Okay, so it's your turn. My needles are size 7, US 7s, and I might need to get some Chai-Gu's red lace for this as well. Although it's working all right for now, so maybe I'll wait. I have like 5 needles sitting in the Etsy shop where I buy my Chai-Gu's, just waiting for me to have a little bit of money come in so I can buy them, because that's what I like to use.
And you also have some coming in.
Yeah, I might have bought another pair, another set of Chai-Gu red lace, size 9s.
My next one I'm going to talk about is Icy Fire, which is the Neapolitan pattern by Brian Bear, who's KF Jones of Baker Bear fame. I'm using Neighborhood Fiber Company in the base Rustic Fingering, and the colorways are Eastern Market, that's the red-orange, Del Rey, which is the yellow-orange, and Penn North, which is the yellow. And this is some deep stash from SVFF. It's in my Mama C Christina Tudor bag. This probably only got about a row worked on it, because other things were getting more attention.
That's pretty.
But
I want to do that pattern as soon as I get something off the needles and hooks. That is so pretty.
It did get some love.
The yellow actually has some tonality to it. So does the orange. I can't tell with the red.
Yeah, the red does too. I thought at first that the yellow and the orange would be to go together, but it's actually, thankfully,
it's quite different.
Quite different. You can't tell as much when you get started, because there are little pops of that yellow in the orange. So it's a lot more of a difference than I at first dared to hope. So
it matches your bag, except there's no purple in your scarf, in your shawl.
Yeah, or green.
Yeah, there's not enough green to matter.
Well, there's just green in there though.
Not enough green to matter.
So
you have white and red polka dots, red flowery things.
It's like
circles. It's like somebody threw paint.
Yeah.
Okay. Blathering. Alright, in my Kikiboo bag, this is my Kikiboo, I think it's in my Kikiboo, yes it is. I thought I was going to have this one finished, but I didn't. I'm just about finished with this. This is a baby hat.
You're stuck.
Yes, I can see that. I'm stuck. This is my little boy blue preemie hat. This is the smallest of the looms. I thought, oh, I can make sleeves with this. See? But I think I have maybe a couple rows, and then I can bind this off for the hat. And this is the Cascade Pacific Chunky Yarn in blues, purples, and grays. I have no idea what the actual colorway is because they never put a name on it. I'm not even sure if this is the right ball band for it, actually, because they don't put colorway on it. But it's pretty, and I enjoy working on it. I finished one that was slightly bigger, the next hoop up. You guys saw that a couple weeks ago. And I'm enjoying that. I like working with the looms, and I'm looking forward to having a little time where I can just sit down and go through the books that Taya gave me, go through some videos, and learn to do some of the, learn how to purl, learn how to do some of the other stitches that are available on the loom, because you can do all kinds of things. I mean, I'm amazed. The lady, Mom Cook, who does the designs, she has some wonderful patterns. You would not believe what she makes on a loom.
Mm-hmm.
It's absolutely fantastic. It's Mom Cook, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. All right, so that's that. And that Kickapoo bag is medium size from Denise. I'm so happy to have those, because I don't know if she's sewing anymore.
I don't either.
I hope she does. It's like kind of like, okay, I mean, if you get a bag, you're really blessed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, go ahead, your turn.
Okay.
I skipped one. Go ahead.
In the PHN, this is an XX large silver shed bag. This has my super bat socks, which are the Dance All Night slouch socks. No, it's been in here because it's.
Oh, it's the other pattern that's in the one with Laura's yarn. Didn't you put that in the superhero ones? The superhero bag?
No, I know what you're thinking about. I'll show you.
Oh, okay.
A little later.
Okay. That's a different pattern.
Yeah, Dance All Night Socks by Erica Tchaikovsky, Fiddle Knits.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm using Yarn Tree Superwash Merino DK and Colorway Batman vs. Superman. And this gets a little bit of work here and there on lunch break, that kind of thing. This is my travel knitting. I probably have about an inch or so left on the leg, and then I get to
oh, that works out really well.
think about doing the heel flap.
You know, if you really wanted to be dramatic, you could put yellow up here and yellow at the foot and the heel.
Yeah.
And it looks fine just the way it is. I'm just saying, if you really want to be in your face, dramatic, it looks beautiful the way it is.
So it's been a lot of fun.
So what's the colorway again on this?
Batman vs. Superman.
Oh, those are Laura's then.
Huh?
Those are Laura's colorway.
Yeah.
Okay.
I never said it wasn't.
I thought it was in your marble bag.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Hasn't been.
Oh, I know what's in there.
Whoopsie.
Whoops, it's funny. I
Yes.
don't have any more tea.
I do.
I have water. I don't want water right now. Oh, Heidi, have you tried sparkling club soda with lemon or something in it? You said you were trying to get away from soda, but you like the carbonation. I'm sorry, she reminded me.
With tea?
With tea, and then I said water.
Anyway, and I have my Batman stitch marker.
Where is it? Oh, that's nice. Is that the one I gave you for Christmas?
Yes.
Does it have it on both sides?
No,
No.
just one side. You
Oh,
just
that's
flipped
nice.
it around so you could look at it.
That's very nice.
So this has gotten some work.
Very nice time. How many do you have left?
2.
2? Okay, that's good.
How many do you have left?
I have 3. So, in my Knitting's My Bag Autism Awareness Bag from last year, I think it was. Last year? 2 years ago? I forget.
It's been a while.
It's been a while since Lois made this for us. I finished my Hope the Owl head from the York the Owl pattern by Talia Fernandez Franciscan Gypsy. This is a crochet owl, for those of you who have not watched this before. And this is Talia's pattern. Yes, PETA is a York the Owl.
Mm-hmm.
And Festus over there is a York the Owl.
They can't see Festus.
They can't see Festus, but he's over there. And I finished that part of him, and this is...
He pooled.
Yes, he's pooling. And I'm starting the body. This is in Heidi Packing It's Designs, Autism Awareness / Chinese Lantern colorway. So I'm on the body, and I'm really liking the way this is showing up. I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about an Autism Awareness owl, but I think he's going to be cute.
Mm-hmm.
The eyes are Knit Picks.
Yeah, there are.
But and the white part is Knit Picks, but everything else is Heidi Packing Its yarn. So I'm having fun with this. I like working owls. No surprise there. I do like making my owls, because when I finish with this one, I have a couple more I want to make. And I even have names for them. Okay, your turn.
Okay. In my this is the one you're thinking about.
Yes.
In my Silver Shed Marvel Avengers bag, is Nightwing. It's a sock knitted shawl by Bryony Bear, K.F. Jones of Bakery Bears. Using Miss Babs Yazawada skein in the colorways pewter and fountain pen.
And that sounds like it would be really dark, but it's going to be really pretty.
Yeah. The fountain pen will be the edging. Whoops.
That's blue, right? The fountain pen?
Yeah, the gray.
That's the one you made the sweater out of.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Isn't it? Oh, look, it's got, like, little
little flecks of white.
flecks. That's really pretty.
Um,
I think that's intentional. It's very, very pretty.
So, there we go.
Oh, that's
I
perfect.
did the one garter ridge, and I'm doing another stockinette section before I do garter again.
I like the fact that it looks like here, it looks like you have white specks in the garter, and I don't know if it's just the way the light's playing off of it, but that
So there is some white in there.
that's really like it's very nice, and it looks like it's actually more gray than it's showing up white there, but it's more gray, light gray.
And something that wasn't able to be noticed as much when I was doing my original one with the West Yorkshire Spinners, because West Yorkshire Spinners was so variegated that you couldn't see this center section.
Yeah, that's why I want to do mine in a plain one like this, because I can see that it's starting to. You can see it when you're working on it real close, but you can't really see it
in the pattern. And that's what I wanted. I wanted something that was plain enough to just really emphasize the beauty of this pattern.
Because Kay writes a really nice pattern. They're always very aesthetically pleasing. So, yeah. Yeah, I noticed that as well, Ty. That's really pretty. And it's funny because here it's raised, but I also like it here where it's, yeah. But then again, I've always liked the back.
You've always liked the wrong side, but
not necessarily better, but I do like it.
But yes, this has gotten a fair amount of love.
You showing the front again?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I never show people the back.
All right, I did the preemie hat, right? Okay, my bonfire shawl got a little bit of work. It's in my Stitch by Mimi teacups bag, which I absolutely love. And because I'm on such a small needle right now, because my needles haven't come in yet, I didn't get to do a whole lot. I'm just about ready to go into the body of the shawl. As you can tell, these are very...
You just shook them.
Sorry. These are very small needles when I'm working on the very small circumference, and I can't really work much more on here. But the colorway of this is the this is Miss Babsa Yazawada skein.
Miss Babsa Yazawada?
And the I don't know if this is reishi colorway, but whatever it is, it's really pretty. And I like the way that it's. I was concerned that would be too loose, but isn't that gorgeous?
I told you to last it out.
Isn't that gorgeous? I mean, it's so. I think I might still do this on an 8 next time. I like it just a little bit tighter, but it is.
I say give it a chance.
It is absolutely beautiful, and I'm still not sure what color I'm going to do on the edging for this. This is Kay.
You might have to pick up one.
Yeah, I might pick up at Shenandoah. I think I might want to pick up this. I don't know if you can see it.
I like the red though.
I don't know how I feel about the red.
I think it'd be nice and dramatic.
I don't want. I want it to go together.
I think it'll go together.
Well, maybe, maybe not. I'm thinking maybe rust for that, but we'll see. There's no red in here, but the colors are such that it would work with a red.
Yeah.
You know, because it's kind of fire colors. And this also is the sock knitter shawl pattern by K.F. Jones. Because my other one that I was doing, the one in Heidi's yarn, I forgot to bring it out here. Well, actually, I did, and I'll show it to you later. I'll explain that later. So yeah, I'm hoping that next time you see this, I'll have my other needles, and I will have more work done on this. I wanted to do this shawl in a bigger size. I didn't want to work another fingering weight shawl. So that goes in here. But I still wanted to do this pattern. So I love Kay's patterns, because apparently knitting patterns is Kay's, well, Kay's fault. Knitting's patterns.
And in my Plover Bird line of Tardai bag, or line of Tardis's bag, is Carney, York the Owl. I was about to actually knit this.
Carney?
Yeah. Which is the York the Owl pattern. By me. I was going to. I finished using this for a pair of socks. And I was going to go ahead and knit up a square for it for my blanket. And then I looked and I was like, I really want an owl out of that. So I yanked out the square to make sure I had enough for the owl.
Oh, you have plenty for the owl.
But I just wanted to feel better for it.
I mean, look how much smaller yours is than mine was.
Yeah.
And I did not only patches, but an owl, and you saw how much I still have left over.
Well, this wasn't a full skein though.
Neither was mine.
Yeah.
I told you I did patches first.
Yeah. So, I mean, I should have more than enough left over for
Yeah,
square, but I
that's
wanted to make
adorable.
sure.
It's going to be so cute.
So,
Mine.
no.
Mine.
It'll go in the,
It's so cute.
gift bin.
I'll just buy it off the table or something.
So, I am happy with how that's
It's cute.
turning out.
Miss Babs yarns work well for your toys.
They do. Not that, you know, I would suggest necessarily buying huge Miss Babs skeins just for my toys, 'cause my toys will not use up.
No, I
Oh,
mean, you
my-
can make like 5 of Taya's toys. If you have the owl, maybe 7 of them.
Yeah.
With that, you know.
Now you might be a little more hard pressed if you did something like the platypus.
Yeah, the platypus might take up almost all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the platypus or
Turtle.
the turtle, or maybe some of your lady or something.
Ooh, now part of me is like,
I've already got a turtle on the hooks. Okay, this one is a new pattern, and I blame this on Melissa, Spicy Homemaker. This is all your fault, Melissa. Yes, all your fault. This is the Under the Boardwalk from the Dreas Shawl pattern by Craig Rosenfeld. Rosenfeld? I can't remember what this is. Yes, Rosenfeld. And I am using my Cascade Yarns, Heritage Paints, and Heritage Silk, I believe.
oh, so you pulled out this,
This yarn here
Yeah.
that I've had in stash. I won a skein of each. Well, I won a skein from this skein from Cat B913, who is Kathy from Knit Nerd Podcast.
no longer.
No longer
Yeah.
going, which is a shame. And this one was gifted to me by Turbo Knitter 64, who is Kenneth from the Turbo Knitter Podcast.
Mhm.
And the last project I just pulled it out because it wasn't working. This is the shawl I'm working. It's a Drea shawl, and this is Melissa's fault because she said it was an easy pattern. It was a good pattern to do for a beginner. Where is that at? There we go. So this is it. This is the start. I just started it.
Oh, cool.
Now this pattern, I pulled this out. I must have pulled this out 10 times. It wasn't because of the color work. It was because I have hard time as it is with make one left and make one right. And because this yarn is so small and I've never done it before, I can't see what they're asking for. When I was doing the Obi-Wan hat, I could see what they were talking about
Mhm.
to pick up. I cannot see it here. So I said, I'm not doing that. I'm doing knit front and back. That's what I'm doing. And the funny thing is, after I started that, I said, well, let me see if anybody else did that. They did.
Mhm.
So that's what I'm doing. It's a little less pointy, I think, because of that. But I don't think this will be that much of a difference. I really like.
Honestly, I think the only difference it makes is it just slants the stitches a little bit more.
Yeah, and so it's going to be a little bit different. But in order to get the shawl done, I really don't care. And then I will practice the make one left and make one right. But at this point, I wanted to do this shawl, and it was holding me back. So without asking any permission or anything, I decided that's what I'm going to do. And if it doesn't work, oh well, I'll take it out and I'll learn something.
I don't think you really need to ask permission.
Yes, I know. You know what I meant. I'm just proud of myself.
Good job.
And I started something with color work without Talia, and I changed something without asking anybody. So that is a big step for me. So I'm
Good
proud of
job.
myself. And this is in my Bleer bag that she gave me. I think it's my birthday. Was it for my birthday she gave me this?
It was for your birthday.
Yeah. So she gave this to me for my birthday. And I wanted to use it, so it's got that shawl in there. And I'm really happy with that pattern. Melissa, thank you for enabling me. It's all your fault. If I finish it, it's all your fault. And that's okay.
What's
She-
your fault even if you don't finish it?
She can take the hit. She's good at that. Okay, now, before we go off into other things, I promised Valeria I would show, because we saw in the show-off thread, was it? I think it was, Crochet Chick 31, who is Tasha. I love Eeyore, and Tasha posted an Eeyore, and Valeria tagged me for it, and told me to go look at it. And I do have the pattern. I'm going to just start it. I won the pattern from Sock Bunny about 2 years ago, and I never had a chance to make it. But that's what that led to, was Valeria saying that my bag needs to make an appearance. And I don't know why this is stuck. So here is my Kiki, no, this is not my Kiki Blue, this is Silver, Shed. It's a Silver Shed Eeyore bag. You can see Eeyore there. I know it's Winnie the Pooh, but Eeyore is the front and center because that's why I asked to be front and center. Thank you. There's my Eeyore. There's Winnie the Pooh and Tigger, but this is Eeyore bag.
Winnie
so
the
Valeria,
Pooh and Tigger too?
Yes. Valeria, there it is, my bag, because I promised you I would. And in this is what I was going on to say about when I was talking about Kay's sock knitter shawl. I had a sock knitter shawl in Heidi's Undead Yarn in here. But because I didn't want to do a fingering weight one at the moment, I went ahead and tore it out. I'm trying to find the exact right pattern for Heidi's yarn because I love it. It's
this particular yarn.
This particular yarn. Well, I love all the yarn, but
I just wanted to specify.
Yeah, this yarn, and it might still be a sock knitters, but right now I've got too many fingering weight on the hook on the needles. So this is going to stay here for a little while in this bag until I figure out what I'm going to do, or until I make Eeyore, whichever comes first. And I will find out something to do with Heidi's yarn. But this is the bag I promised to show Valeria. This is an awesome bag, and I love it. So, yeah, I was so happy about that. Okay, do you have any FOs?
No.
Okay, I do. In my Turbo Knitter 64 bag, I did some experimenting with dyeing. I wasn't as happy as it came out this time. I experimented using black with some of the yarns. This one,
I like the way this one turned out. Oops, there's a bunny.
Is a bunny. This one,
yeah, she is a bunny. You fell down.
This was black and blue, believe it or not. And the one that looks more like brown is actually the black
by itself.
By itself. And then this darker color is the blue with some black in it, and you can tell where it's kind of breaking up, breaking down, whatever you want to say it. It's the blue in the corner here, and then it goes into the black.
Right there too.
Yeah, where it's kind of diffusing.
You can't probably tell on this camera too well.
Yes, it's hard to see.
Well, like right there.
So here, so you've got the black, but the darker black is actually blue and black, and this is actually the black. So I don't know exactly what happened there. And this turned out very, very dark. I think if I do this color again, which I probably won't, it will be, I'll put a little white in it. I
think that should be called like coal in your stocking, or...
Well, coal in your stocking would need some red.
Krampus.
Krampus?
Mm-hmm.
No. I had an idea. I wanted something with smoke and stuff, and
Smoky Mountain.
Yeah, I don't know. Or like Pompeii or something. I don't know what that's going to be, but
I think you said Pompeii's Ash.
Pompeii's Ash, yeah.
Okay.
And then this one is like a huge percentage of red to black.
That's St. Valentine's.
So
or Dusky Valentine.
I named it something,
Dusky
but I don't know
Rose.
what it was. Here you go. So this one didn't turn out too bad. I'm just not as happy with these. Maybe somebody will like it better than I do, but
it's fine. This wasn't it's mine.
Is that a fact?
Yeah.
Okay. I like the color.
You give away the finger and wait, not the DKs.
This is not DK.
And worst.
I like this this deeper color. Mm-hmm. I do like the way that it's got the different shades of pinks and stuff. It's just a little more muted than I've done in the past. And there's a place for that as well. This one is green to blue. Green with blue in it. More blue than green. It still came up. Green is a very strong color, I'm finding out. So even though I had more blue than green, it kind of turned out to this kind of foresty kind of color, which I kind of like.
I'm not sure if it's foresty.
It's kind of a mint.
Aqua. Mint. Yeah.
Russian mint? I haven't rescanned these yet, so I don't know if you can see. There, you can see the difference in the colors there. Almost like celery.
It's not the right color for celery.
But I do have the recipes for this. I'd have to play around with it a little bit more. I didn't put any black in this one. Just used blue
There was black in the red one?
and a lot of red and a little bit of black. I'm still playing with my... There. This one's kind of pretty.
Yeah.
The red one's kind of pretty too.
They're all pretty.
There.
There's not what you were used to dyeing.
So those are my finished objects. It's so cold in here. I'm hot. Okay. All right. So that's that.
Guess next will be royalties. Do you have any royalties?
I just bought the Pagona pattern, and now I'm not sure I'm going to use it.
Really?
I have to think about it. I like it. I do want to make it anyway. I'm just not sure if I want to make it with Maureen's yarn. I'm trying to figure it out.
I held off on starting Mother Dragons right away. I need to get something off my needles first.
Yeah.
I do have some royalties. I got my tax return and some of my money with the overtime. I went on a bit of a book buying spree. And the first one came in. And by book buying, I got like 4.
But
But
those are hefty books, so.
it actually wasn't as expensive as you think. Yeah. I mean, they're more expensive than a little novel, but it wasn't like it was a $30 book or anything like that. This is by the same guy who writes King John.
And it's also, you know, when you've earned it, you've earned something like that. I mean, it's not like you just go off and spend all kinds of money. It's just,
Yeah.
it's a good book.
Yeah. And it's something.
Pictures.
Oh yeah, this is the main reason I buy my history books in physical form, is pictures are always in the center of the book.
I love the pictures.
And this has a Bayeux Tapestry.
Bayeux Tapestry.
Castles.
Isn't that what Kay and Dan were talking about? Bayeux Tapestry. Yeah.
That's
From France and.
It's the the Bayeux Tapestry has to do with the crossing over from Normandy, which is in France, but it has to do with William the Conqueror and
Well, I mean, they were doing it in conjunction with somebody from France. They were going to give it to them or something. I forget what they were doing with the Bayeux Tapestry. Something with.
well, that was what
his mom or her.
Yeah. Dan's mom did a portion of the Bayeux Tapestry.
Not the original, but
well, no. But yes, it's a tapestry that is the most comprehensive history that they have of this conquest. So that is I'm sorry, I'm getting a little tired. The Bayeux Tapestry is the most comprehensive
history.
During that time period.
Record?
Contemporary.
Oh, contemporary.
Record of that conquest. But yeah, this was sort of a little reward for myself because I am enjoying Mark Morris's King John, which I'm currently reading. I'm about halfway through.
You were saying though that was something you preferred.
Yes, and that's what I wanted to talk about. I love his style. I love the way he writes. Actually, I have another quote. Last time I had read the one on King John.
Right, about being just a child.
Yes. There is another one. I might not be able to find it, but it's was something about. Oh, let's see. Hang on. That's still in. Ah, there we go. In here somewhere. Well, basically the idea was the Plantagenets were used to picking the bishop in Canterbury. Here it is. They're used to picking the bishop in Canterbury, but the clergy was used to picking their own, and they would kind of insist upon that. But because it was a highly political position as well, a lot of the time the kings would weigh in. And there's a quote here: Normally, kings would find a way of making their wishes known in order to ensure that their preferred candidate was elected. "We order you to hold a free election," wrote Henry II to the monks of Winchester Cathedral in 1172, "but we nevertheless forbid you to elect anyone except Richard our clerk." So
you have a choice that you really don't.
yeah.
We've been watching documentaries, art documentaries, and weren't they mentioning something about Henry II during the last part of the... Of
I don't know. I fell asleep.
course you did.
I've been really tired.
Yeah. I wasn't prepared to talk about that, but it reminded me of that. Henry II, and he was very much of an art connoisseur, if I'm not mistaken.
He did want to bring some of the...
Yeah, and they apparently that got him into hot water. Is that right? No, Henry II was the father. It was Charles.
No, Henry II didn't have a Charles.
It was Charles.
Henry II was Richard the Lionheart's father.
Okay. I'm trying to think. Now I have to go back because one of the... Kay and Dan will be able to tell me, or Robin from...
Because I didn't actually listen to that part.
Yeah.
It's Baroque period. Baroque is what era?
It's after the Renaissance.
Okay, well, that would be after this.
So, okay, so, yeah, it's later, but it amused me because this particular king, and I think he was Charles, I think. Now I'm not sure. Now I'm going to have to go back and check. But it was funny because he was the only king that was beheaded, and apparently it was because he was using up so much money to bring artwork in.
Oh heavens! All these kings spent so much money. They spent like it was water.
Yeah, I
mean, at least the ones I've been running into. One of the common themes is a need for money.
Yeah.
And we're actually hitting some of that with John, the taxation and the King's Forest. Although that was the idea of the King's Forest was brought over with William the Conqueror. And the fines for hunting in the King's Forest.
Is that where Sherwood came from?
Well, the idea
for Robin Hood?
Yeah, where if you shot a deer in the King's Forest. Richard actually made those fines worse.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. No, it wasn't like Richard was Mr. Great and Awesome who...
but I guess they didn't have to by that time. You know, they weren't being taxed to death, maybe. I don't know. I haven't read that.
If you
I have to read the history of that.
Yeah, Richard had his own issues as well. I mean, John.
I'm sure he did.
John was definitely very much did a lot of taxing, but he did a lot more than any of his predecessors. But
I'm sorry. I think the Disney movies did the worst disservice to the British kings. So all I can think of when I see John is that little maneless lion sucking his thumb. No, he didn't. He had very little one. Richard had the full line, but he was almost like a female, but not, you know. And they just, yeah.
Oh, contemporaries didn't particularly like John that much anyway. But the big thing that I've noticed about this book, even though I like the style and there's some amazing quotes in here, is that he keeps switching back and forth between time periods. And I wish he had gone linearly instead, because you start off in you start off in 1203. Then next chapter is 1120 to 1189. Then you go back to 1204 to 1205. Then back to 1189 to 1194. And you keep doing this back and forth between chapters. And I would have just preferred...
Well, theoretically, you could just read every other chapter.
I know,
and then go back and read every other chapter. I'm wondering if they're laying the groundwork for things, but still, it's a little confusing.
It's a little confusing. And then at a certain point, it looks like he stops doing that. It looks like around chapter 7, he stopped doing that, and he's going linearly after that point.
Yeah, he might have been laying the groundwork in those first few chapters.
But I just wish he had gone straight into it, because for, 6 chapters, you're going back and forth.
Right.
And it was a little bit of unnecessary confusion, in my opinion. But other than that, I really do enjoy this book. I think it's very well written, and it's been enjoyable. So, and again, pictures.
Pictures, yes, pictures.
There are always pictures in the center.
Very nice. Okay, do you have anything else?
Tea. More Plum Deluxe. This is not my...
Yeah, I didn't think that was your monthly because...
No, my monthly actually comes usually in a little purple package. I needed some more honey and tea sugar. And then I was like, well, I better I might as well pick up a tea to try. Because, you know, he's going to be sending me my sugar. And they only make deliveries in the States. So I have enough sugar to last me a little while.
Huh.
Well, the thing is, I've been having difficulty trying to figure out exactly how much to use.
What's the bag?
If I wanted to take the tea with me,
Oh, that's nice.
I could put it in a little bag, and then these are little tea bags that I can then
steep it.
If I didn't want to bring a big steeper with me. This is a travel form.
So how many times do you use it? Just once?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Unless you use the same tea.
You can use the same tea, I think.
Yeah.
So I wanted to see if maybe I wanted to try travel version as well.
That'd be good, especially when we go on retreat.
Oh, he sent me a little extra.
Oh, nice.
Portland Rose City Chai. Ooh. Sip a bit of Oregon in your cuppa. Ooh, if it's like the Oregon breakfast, I'm gonna really like this.
They're a very good company. They're very generous.
This was unexpected because this was not. This usually comes with my when I get my tea of the month, and this is not my tea of the month. This was just an extra, so I thought that was really sweet.
I thought it was funny he was teasing you about how to do your
yes, honey.
Do you actually use scissors, or do you just how do you open it?
I picked up more honey as well.
He's really cute. He's very personable.
And I picked up Sunshine in a Cup herbal tea.
Nice.
So, but I can't wait to try this Portland Rose City Chai. Ooh, I didn't see that one.
We hadn't opened it yet.
No, I mean I didn't see it in the shop.
Oh, well, maybe they're working on it. You know, they do. I think they're always doing new blends.
Yeah. So.
What a neat package that is.
Yes, it is.
All right. Anything else?
No, I think that's it.
Okay. Do want to remind people, Maryland Sheep and Wool is in less than 3 weeks. We are planning to be there on Saturday, hopefully when it opens, and we're hoping to be there for the podcaster meetup if they have one. Usually, even if they don't have one, there's some kind of informal thing around lunchtime. So this will be our 4th year going, I think, and I love going to Maryland Sheep and Wool.
Well, your 4th year. This is only my 2nd year.
Right. So
the first 2 years, I think I was working.
We're hoping to meet up with Laura Smoot, who is Spinning Laura, and we're hoping to meet up with anybody else who happens to see us. Just say hello. We'd love to talk to you and just kind of spend some time with you. That would be great. We do want to thank several people for shout outs. We had a very nice shout out by Crafternoon Treats, who is Catherine. And she has a new podcast. I think she's got 5 episodes up now. And she is crochet, predominantly crochet. I think she does a little bit of knitting, but she's predominantly crochet. But she's got some really wonderful and unique kind of projects. She has the typical blankets and stuff, but her bags are really amazing. And I think she does some beading on her bags. And she's very talented. And she gave us a very nice shout out. So we want to, a very nice mention. So we want to thank her for that. Yeah. And Bakery Bears, Kay, who also mentioned us on her podcast, which is the Bakery Bears podcast, in case you don't know. And I think everybody does, but if you watch us, chances are you watch them. But if you don't, you should stop over and see them because they're fantastic. They're a little long like we are, but they're well worth watching.
Yes.
And even if you have to watch them in pieces, they're well worth watching. So we want to thank them for mentioning us. Heidi from Undead Yarn. We want to thank her for the information that she sent us on PDD and autism, as well as letting us know about the magazine article in ASHA magazine about early identification of kids with autism before age 3. So we haven't been able to get to that. I have to find out if we can actually get that or if we have to get the information from her secondhand. And we want to thank the Turbo Knitter 64 for the lovely shout out he gave us, which was very, very sweet. All those people have podcasts. And if you don't watch them, you might want to check them out because they're very, very good. We want to thank Dan Jones, Ruby Garnet Rose, Nitty Girl 1, Christina C, Robin Nima Knits, I think is her name, Victorian Studio, Heidi Butterfield, and I got Robin twice. We want to thank all of the people who made comments on the YouTube thread.
And I think last week I forgot to mention the person who watched my first episode again.
Oh,
So that was kind of cool.
I want to thank all the people who have been commenting and liking us on YouTube. We really appreciate that. I didn't get a chance to answer anybody but Dan this last time on YouTube. We had a shorter week, and we're going to have another shorter week this time because we're podcasting on Monday this week.
Yeah.
This coming
Tuesday.
Tuesday? Oh, that's right. Today's Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Tuesday we're going to be podcasting next week, so it's also going to be a day shorter again.
But then the following week it'll be a long week.
Then it'll be a long week because we'll be back to Fridays. But we put the schedule up, I think it was in the last podcast thread. I gave you the schedule.
I didn't put it up.
Oh, you didn't put it up.
I was tired or something. I don't know.
Okay, well, I did have it in my notes. But anyway. So
I only read your notes enough to get what projects to work on.
Next week, we'll be podcasting on Tuesday. The following week, we'll be podcasting on Friday again. We'll be back on some kind of a schedule that week. So I think that's all we have to talk about. We will have more to discuss about autism awareness and all that kind of stuff. Hopefully next week we'll have a little more organization. I'm not sure why we're so disorganized today, but
I don't know.
Hopefully we'll have things a little more organized next week. And we want to see all those projects that you're putting into the autism thread. They're very, very nice, and we're getting very much enabled. The show off thread is also doing a lot of enabling for us. You guys have so much talent, and we do want to thank Valeria for keeping up our enabling thread.
Yeah.
Because I have been very much enabled over there. I pick up patterns that I might not have picked up otherwise that I think I want to do, but I maybe don't want to pay $5 to $7. And so having the ability to try it for free is nice. So thank you, Valeria, for the job you're doing there.
Yes.
And with that, we want to wish you all a very, very blessed, happy week full of knitting, crocheting, whatever crafting it is that makes you happy, whatever else it is that makes you happy. And we hope to see you next week here in the PHN Fluent Woman Cave. This is the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 203, and that's a wrap.